Ariana Grande cancels the remainder of her Dangerous Woman tour.
And Miley Cyrus is paying tribute to the victims in Manchester.
Camila Cabello reveals one pretty big secret about One Direction.
So cute.
We have it all for you now on Holly Scoop's Daily Rewind. Hey guys, welcome back to Holly Scoop's Daily Rewind. I'm Heather Gardner.
I'm Stephanie Gray.
We're going to kick it off with a little update for you on, of course, the Manchester terrorist attack that happened at the Ariana Grande concert. Ariana is back now in the States. She arrived in Florida last night, Boca Raton. Her mom was with her, and her boyfriend, Mac Miller, was there on the tarmac, literally waiting for her as she arrived.
And then I read something that she looked to a viewer that, not a viewer, a source. She looked like she had been crying.
Oh gosh, yeah, I saw pictures.
And they hugged for a really long time.
It's so sad.
I know.
Mean, really, honestly, I know she shouldn't blame herself, but she does. I feel like she does.
How could you not if it's like literally they were all there because of your concert, even though it's not her fault that happened. It's
devastating.
A guilt trip, I feel like.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
She's gonna, this is gonna be a different side of Ariana. We're never gonna see her the same way she was again. I feel like I would never be the same.
I feel like it's almost, God, I'm hesitant to say this, but you know how Kim changed so much because of what happened to her with the robbery?
Yeah,
I wonder if something's gonna happen with Ariana where maybe she, posts less or posts different kinds of stuff or something.
Or even the way she presents herself in her shows.
Right.
And her music is gonna be different. I wouldn't even, it could be darker, you know what I mean? It could be a lot darker.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she is okay, at least physically. Obviously, mentally, she's got a lot to work through. She has canceled or suspended the rest of her Dangerous Woman tour.
Is it canceled or suspended?
We've heard both. I know that it's at least going to be a while till she performs again. Whether they reschedule all of the shows, that we don't know. Right now, nothing is happening.
Right.
So,
okay.
So yeah. But there was this kind of bright news. Ariana Update's Twitter, which is a fan account. So maybe this is true, maybe this is not true, but a lot of sources online have confirmed it, that Ariana reached out to the families. 22 people had died, and of course, more than 50 people were injured through this.
Right.
And she's gonna pay for their funerals.
I would not be surprised because
either.
she, more than has the money. And I feel like it's not so much a statement of her trying to make herself look good as much as maybe it helps her lessen her feeling of guilt, even though it's undeserved guilt. But like, I would do the same thing if I were her.
I absolutely would too. Now, her spokespeople have not confirmed that or anything. And again, this was just a fan Twitter account. So who knows what sources they have. But I honestly could totally see this being true. Especially, like we said, she went through a lot for those people there. So it's still, as you can tell, I'm still broken up by it.
No, I remember when I saw it on the news, I was folding laundry and it just was the last thing I expected. And I stopped folding, came into the room, and I was like, an Ariana Grande concert? Like, that just seemed out of left field to me.
Yeah, it was interesting, and it's affected a lot of people, especially a lot of her friends. Obviously, she has a huge fan base, but also celebrity friends.
Right.
And Miley Cyrus last night, when she was on The Voice, she was going to perform her song Malibu. Of course, she's been doing the whole press tour with that song. She actually stopped just a few seconds before she sang and dedicated the song to the victims and Ariana. Here's what she said.
I'd like to dedicate this song to my good friend Ariana Grande and everyone who experienced that horrific attack yesterday. Our hearts are with you.
I thought that was sweet.
Yeah.
I did.
I like that a lot of stars are doing this. I know Harry Styles had a moment of silence during his performance. And I just like when stars acknowledge that even though this happened at an Ariana Grande concert, we're all involved, we all care. Do you know what I mean? Like the world cares.
It's a worldwide thing, especially considering, unfortunately, the reason behind the attack was ISIS inspired. They did take credit for it, and the bomber was a follower, which is just a terrible, terrible thing. But that means that the whole world is involved. It's not just a singular. It wasn't really an attack on Ariana or the UK in general. It was an attack on the freedoms that the Western civilization stands for, which ISIS, of course, is so against. So it is nice to see that celebrities are coming together, acknowledging this issue. I just wonder what there could be done besides donating money and these moments of silence. What else can be done?
I like the moments in silence. Well, something that I think is being done that I actually like, and there's differing opinions on this, but I like that other celebrities like Katy Perry are going to continue performing in London and in Europe, and they're not going to be phased by this. Like, they might be phased, but they're not going to let it stop what they're going to do anyway. I feel like that's strong. It's like saying the terrorists don't win, and I like that. I don't know.
And actually, the event that's happening in the UK this weekend, you said Katy Perry, Lorde, Shawn Mendes, a ton of other people, Imagine Dragons, the Chainsmokers, they're all performing. It's kind of like the UK's version of Coachella.
Right,
it's the BBC Radio 1's like big festival.
Yeah.
50,000 people are expected to attend, and they didn't cancel
They're ramping up security though.
Tons. Yeah, so you're right. That is something that we could do.
That.
Just like, you guys didn't win. You broke us a little bit, but you didn't win.
Yeah.
So I like that a lot. I do. All right, we're gonna completely do a 180 here and talk about Camila Cabello. This has nothing to do with Ariana, but gosh, we can't keep talking about that forever, right?
I know. We got to move on eventually because life does move on. That's what happens.
Yes, and Camila's life is definitely moving on away from Fifth Harmony. And she had this fascinating interview. You guys, I'm going to promote this here. BBC One Radio's Zane Lowe. This was my first interview I've ever listened to him. Oh man, he is like career goals. He is fabulous. He got the nitty gritty of Camila Cabello's obsession with One Direction, which
who knew that?
I had no idea that she was that obsessed with One Direction.
Right? And she's kept it in the closet for this long, and now she's finally coming out with it.
Back in the day, Camila Cabello actually ran a fan Twitter account for One Direction.
Who she met before she went on the show with them?
I don't know that they even had met. She was just a fan, just a normal girl.
Okay,
just
so
fanning.
continue. Okay.
So she ran this account, and then she said that she was inspired by One Direction because she loved them so much to actually audition for the X Factor. Of course, One Direction came from the British version of the X Factor.
Right.
So that was her inspiration. Of course, now she's this massive star, and she said she was so affected when Zayn left, she cried.
Boo Boo Bear cried. She know how to cry. It's so sad.
I think the parallels here are just so funny because she was like so upset that Zayn ruined One Direction, and then she totally pulled a Zayn herself.
Right, and the freaking Zayn, the interviewer guy, called her out, right? And he was like, "Oh, were you inspired?" And she was like, "No."
It's funny, you guys you have to listen to this interview. It's really interesting, and she talks way more than just One Direction. She talks about, of course, her new single, Crying in the Club, and her new album coming out this fall. It's good stuff.
I can't get over that literally, like, she knows them now, okay? And by the time Zayn left, she was, like, friendly with this band, and she still cried as if she was just a fan watching from beyond.
Well, she is a fan. So I think one of the most charming things about Camila is that she, like, fans hard over these other artists like we would.
Yeah, she and Taylor Swift.
All right, listen, guys, got to wrap it up here. Let us know what you think about Camila and her big One Direction secret down in the comment section below.
Yes.
And really still, like, there's a hashtag going around right now, Ariana, it's not your fault.
I like that.
Put that down in the comment section below, because girl, it wasn't your fault there.
Yeah.
Let us know your thoughts on that, and we'll see you back here tomorrow, guys.
Later, gang.
Bye.